Okay then, it has been a while, but we finally have a new country coming to the game, and it is going to be Georgia. Not exactly what everyone was expecting. There's not too much to say here. The Georgian government made an announcement that Google's going to be covering 24 of their cities within the next year, starting now and finishing it a year from now. And as you can see, they are going to be using pickup trucks. Again, it could be worse, could be bad cam, could be like a South or Miss situation. But no, we're going to have another more than viable country in the future to guess in. And yeah, as I said, 24 cities. Not all of them has been specified. It says it here, only 13 have been only 11 have been named so far. Not just going to be covering cities, there'll also be some of the roads in between, in particular on the bigger roads. And I'd very quickly like to point out this here at the bottom. I'm not going to talk too much about it, but Georgia is one of those countries where not every part of the territory is stable. But despite that, Google's still going to be driving there. So that begs the question, which other countries with not, I guess, a perfect, political or territorial situation could also get coverage in the near future? Who knows? But of course, this is definitely good news for the future. Also, I apologize, this is the current setup. And like always, thank you to Virtual Streets for providing all of this information. And while we're here, might as well talk about a couple of other things. There's been a new spotting in South Africa, which is quite clear here by the picture, will be covered with a truck plus a small cam combination, which I think is the first time they do that. What does this mean exactly? Well, for one, it means Google is starting to save money on countries which have got regular car and then using a truck instead. But what this means in terms of the game, when Namibia is released, there are going to be some pretty insane 50-50s now, assuming the small cam will look like the new Namibian coverage, but we still don't really know that. And we also don't know if the country is going to be fully covered by this, or just around the Pretoria area. But speaking of Namibia, who knows when that is getting released, along with Bosnia. But anyway, I just wanted to end this off with more of a question for everyone. Do you want Google to stop using trucks everywhere? Or at this point, would it be more useful to have more countries with trucks, so then the game is pretty much split in two? As in, instead of just having a couple of countries or regions covered by a truck, you have a bunch of places covered by it. So then you kind of have two games in one. I don't know if I fully explained myself, but surely you understand that if there are more places with a truck, it becomes harder to distinguish all of those countries individually, is what I'm trying to say. I personally think any new coverage is good coverage unless it's completely unwatchable. So I personally don't think the truck is too big of a deal, especially if you play NMPZ, you don't even notice it. And I think over time NMPZ is becoming a lot more popular anyway. And that is going to be it. I have no idea when the next installment will be. It's definitely been quite a bit ambitious trying to do all of these different things at once, but you know, I'm still trying my best. I'm still trying to reach champion. As you can see, I haven't been able to play too many games, but hopefully I'll get that at one point. But anyway, thank you to Ground Jordan and Chiomalon for being first elite bollards, and I genuinely have no idea when the next one will be. However, it should be a pretty cool one, assuming I'm doing it in the order I plan to.